Hi everyone, this is Shalon with Bible Journaling Ministries, and today I just want to get back to the basics and just show you all how I journal with just colored pencils and even Crayola twistable crayons. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so today I just wanted to just kind of go back to the basics, right? Go back to what when we were all beginners or are beginners at some point in our journey with Bible journaling. And so I just wanted to kind of go back to the basics and remember that we can Bible journal and dwell in the Lord's Word just with something to write on, being our Bibles or even a notebook, and something to write with, just colored pencils, Crayola twistable crayons. We can even use just crayons. So I just chose a few of my colored pencils to get started with. I'm using the kit from Exodus 8:6, and it is called Frogs Everywhere. And so I printed it off on white sticker paper as well as the larger elements on clear sticker paper. And so I've already have these cut out. I have this whole page of clear sticker paper already cut, everything. And then on this page, I just have a few of the elements cut. And so I just want to encourage you that, sometimes less is more when it comes to our journaling, because truly we just want to spend time with God. And also, these black and white kits are wonderful to use with our younger journalers. I use these, and they are a great resource and tool to use with my son, who is 11, and just to help him learn how to dwell in the Word. And he's able to just color these, and then we put them on cardstock or in the margins of his Bible. And then that gives him a visual reminder as well when he sees these while he's doing his own Bible study, whether it be in small group or Sunday school or something like that. So anyway, I just wanted to get started. So the verse is Exodus 8:6, and it says, "And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt." So I just wanted to start off with just a simple background, and I'm just going to use my illustrating Bible that has the wide margins, and I'm just going to use a couple of different blues to make water, just to do some what looks like water in the background. I'm not going to prep my page. I'm not going to do anything like that. I am going to start with my lighter color and then build up as I would like to add more color or depth or something like that. So I'm just going to start with, and it doesn't even have to be neat. That is the great thing about Bible journaling. So I'm not even going to make it neat, but I am going to show you how to build some colors and really get back to the basics. We love all of our beautiful journaling, but Tracy gives us some really excellent resources just to help us dwell in the Word. And so that is what we're going to do. And I'm just going to show you, I'm starting with a lighter blue for water because Aaron made the frogs come up from the river. And so I'm just going to make that this look like water. And again, I'm not going very dark because I want to build. And I'm going to show you how I like to use when I have clear stickers. And it is one of these black and white kits, how I like to add. So I'm just taking some water now. Started with my lighter blue. Now I'm going to go with this metallic blue just to add maybe some depth. Just very simple. Kind of hit some of those places that maybe I have some white space left. I'm going to get something to put underneath, and I'm just going to get a piece of cardstock and put underneath so that I don't hit the edges of my pages. You know, a river has many different colors. I live in a part of the country that we have 4 rivers that come and meet. And so it's interesting when I go to the riverfront in my hometown. Sometimes you can see where those rivers meet because the difference is in the colors of the water. Okay, now I'm just going to use my darker blue now and give it some more depth. And this is going to be a super simple entry. You know, this is the part of the Bible where God brought the plagues against the land of Egypt because he was commanding Pharaoh to let his people go. And so plague number 2 was the plague of the frogs. Okay, so I just have a colorful, simple background using colored pencils. Now, I will say that I had this cut out for a margin, but I think I'm going to let Steele color this himself with crayons and colored pencils, maybe even markers, and put this in the margin of his Bible. And so I'm not going to be using the bookmark or the margin element here. I'm going to let Steele use that. But again, let yourself just color. These kits are great for that too. We all probably have some coloring books that we like, or you know, the adult coloring books that they have out now. Tracy has a wonderful Women of the Bible coloring book in 2 different sizes. It's in our Amazon store, and sometimes it's just relaxing. You know, we get so busy with life that sometimes we forget that it's just really nice to sit and color. So I am going to use these 3 lily pads here. And I'm going to just cut around these because I really want to size them, because I'm going to show you how I color in the background and then lay my sticker over. So I'm just going to fussy cut around the lily pads. And I'm just going to show you how I do this. Now these are cut that I can just peel them off, but I want to cut them out so that I have a good idea of their size. And these are those journaling entries where I let my brain and its need for perfection relax. Okay, so I'm just going to take one of these blue colored pencils, and I'm just kind of going to give just a little mark here and on the sides, so that I kind of know where my boundaries are. Because what I want to do is come back and color in the green. And it does not have to be perfect. Again, I'm letting my need for perfection to go to the wayside. It doesn't have to be exact, just kind of keeping in, maybe with the boundaries. It's going to be outside of the lines, and that is totally okay. But as you can see, my green is nicely laying over my blue. And it's not a perfect circle by any means, and that's okay too. Bring this out just a little bit here. And then what you could do is come back, because there are two frogs in this one. You could kind of lay this over and see that, like right here. So I'm going to use a darker green and just color that in where it might catch some of that frog. And then maybe just another one here. And lily pads aren't always perfectly green all the way through, so even if it comes out a little bit from the frog, that's okay. Let's add a little bit more here. We've got a lily right here on this one. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of pink. I have pink water lilies in my pond here at home, and so I love to see them blooming. My son and I like to sit out in the gazebo right next to our pond and look at them, especially in the mornings when they're so beautiful and open. Okay, so as you can see, I just colored light green and then a couple of dark green places where these little frogs are, and then pink for the water lily. So now I'm just going to take this off, and again, you let your need for perfection go to the wayside. And you can just add that there. Now you can come back. You can come back and kind of add some more green maybe around it. But again, super simple. Let your perfectionism and your need for your entry to be perfect fall to the wayside, because it's not about that. And so I have another I'm just going to do the same process in 3 different places. Okay. All right. So So I'm just going to move down just a little bit. Now this time I'm just going to, because I fussy cut around it, I'm just going to lightly outline around. Now I have my lily pad here, and so I'm just going to color this in with the green again. Nothing too complicated. I can't imagine living in this time and frogs covering the whole land. And the other 7 plagues that the Lord sent, because Pharaoh would not let the Israelites go. It's interesting. So this one has 2 water lilies and then a little fly. So I'm just going to color here. I'm doing pink again. Again, let your perfection go out the window. And then I have another here. So I'm just going to give this pink just a couple of little spots. Pull my sticker off of its backing. My printer did not want to. Okay, so as I lay that down, I see that maybe I need to come up just a little bit with my pink here. Just to add some more color there. With it. Okay, this one says frogs everywhere, and this one says let my people go. Okay, and this last one I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, let's find my green. I'm just going to okay. Not perfectly traced or anything like that, just a rough estimate. Add my green for my lily pads. You could do this with watercolor. It's a little harder because when you start to mix the colors in watercolor, you don't want to end up with like mud. That's why I like to do this with colored pencils, because you can build and your colors really don't mix. You're just kind of coloring over, but you always want to start with your lighter colors, because it's hard to, you know, cover a darker color with a lighter color. Now this one not only has the frog here, so I'm going to use a darker, just kind of let me follow kind of the outline of this cute little frog here. Just by freehanding. And then it has cattails. So I'm going to take a brown twistable. And just kind of color the cattails. Or where I think they might be. Again, don't be afraid. This is about spending time with the Lord. So now I'm going to take an even darker green and just come down here, and where the leaves are, just kind of color where I think they might be. Just very simple. Just spending time in the Word. Now I'm going to take this off its backing. And just place this. Kind of got it a little off, but that's okay. That's okay with me. Kind of gives it a little depth. And you can still see your frog, and you can still see your cattails. So I just wanted to show you how to kind of get back to basics. You could come back with maybe a black marker, and you could do journaling around this. You could maybe, you know, put on here, like this last one says listen to God, and so you could write listen, however you would like to finish that off. Maybe write a prayer in the side. But I just wanted to do a video that kind of gets us back to the basics, and helps us to remember that sometimes it is just relaxing to just be in God's Word and let go of our perfectionism and what we think God wants to see, because it's not about that. So I hope you all have enjoyed this. Remember that getting back to the basics allows us to really focus on the Word, and not so much about our art, but about journaling what the Lord is saying to us from His Word. So I hope you all have enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Be sure to give a thumbs up to this video, as well as click that subscribe button so that you don't miss anything that comes on the YouTube channel here from Bible Journaling Ministries. We don't want you to miss a thing. So hit that thumbs up, hit subscribe, make sure that that bell is on so you get notifications when new videos come up, and I will see you next time. Bye!